We're talking some concerning news in regards to the AEW video game. Drew McIntyre has some interesting words about the brand split and Roman holding both titles. And we got more. This is WrestleRound bringing you today's top 5 wrestling news and rumors. Make sure to drop a like if you've been enjoying the wrestling coverage, and let's get right into it. It looks like we are not the only one questioning WWE's decision as of late when it comes to Roman Reigns holding both titles. It's not that Roman Reigns is a bad champion. It's more that WWE wants to force the brand split while also having Roman hold both titles, and weirdly enough, the first pay-per-view after him winning it, he's not defending either of them. And while Drew McIntyre ended up stating that he believes there should be 2 world championships in WWE if the brand split continues. When speaking with the New York Post, he argued that if WWE is going to keep 2 separate rosters, the company should have 2 top titles, which of course it doesn't feel like that is the case right now. He indicated the following: I kind of prefer the idea of a champion for each show. At the same time, we just had WrestleMania and we needed a huge match. Brock Lesnar had 1 title and Roman Reigns had the other. It made for a very interesting, I don't want to use the word stupendous, but it made for a very big match. And now we are kind of in the fallout of that huge match, that huge WrestleMania, and we'll see what happens. He emphasized once again, I kind of like the idea of a champion representing each brand. We have those separate brands, so somebody has to take down Roman at least for one of those titles. Drew McIntyre is of course set to go head to head against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania Backlash, but it's going to be in a 3 versus 3 matchup because WWE wants to save that singles match for the title between Roman and Drew for a bigger stage, that being a stadium for the pay-per-view after. Now, the brand split is always a hot topic of discussion, but let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. I personally agree with Drew McIntyre. If WWE is going to keep the brand split going, they need to have a main title for both brands. It feels like right now they are in between things and they just don't know what to do. On to some other news. Let's go ahead and add another word to the Vince McMahon's ban words list. Just like superstars' name changes, this list just continues to grow on a weekly basis. The Wrestling Observer Radio ended up revealing that non-title is the brand new addition to the WWE ban list of words. Now they are not allowed to say non-title because Vince McMahon said so. This phrase is obviously often used when a champion is competing in a match but their championship isn't on the line. Over the last couple of months, WWE instead have used the quote-unquote contenders match, and there was literally like a 3-week period where WWE was just doing that for every single match, making a huge deal out of it. And the crazy thing is that even when the opponent defeated the champion in this non-title match, they still didn't get a championship opportunity in the future. Confusing things that WWE continued to do. Let's talk some highlight coming out of AEW. It looks like Hangman Adam Page is set to turn heel, at least against CM Punk. And at least for this week, Hangman Adam Page ended up indicating that at AEW Double or Nothing, they will not have a masturbatory Bret Hart tribute match, and CM Punk will be in for the 5 of his life. He then even called out someone in the crowd wearing a CM Punk shirt, so he was definitely leaning into the heelish side during this particular promo. This could turn out to be a temporary heel turn while he is going against CM Punk. I definitely liked it. It just made him look more serious as the champion, and I will prefer for him to transition to a full-fledged heel. Obviously, he's crazy over as a babyface, but when it comes to AEW, a good heel is just as over as a good babyface. Continuing on with some AEW news, of course, in our Wrestling Games channel, we ended up covering the recent reveal that they did for the AEW Fight Forever console reveal. There was a bit of footage shown in it, nothing too crazy unfortunately, but there is some concerning reports right now in regards to the development of the game, as Sports Gamers Online is reporting that the relationship between AEW Games and Yuke's, specifically Kenny Omega and Yuke's, has not been positive, with Kenny Omega reportedly finding himself frustrated and hating working with Yuke's, with one person claiming that it has sometimes comes across as if Yuke's was trying to take advantage of Kenny Omega and experience in this position. So they seems to be clashing right now on the development of the game. They added that there have been multiple arguments over the game's direction as well as constraint on the development of it. The game has reportedly had several budget issues that had led to a number of features of the game either being less than originally planned or cut altogether. This could be the main reason up to why we don't even know when the game is releasing. It was also added that this game might be a one and done arrangement between AEW and Yuke's, especially if it is true that they are having a rocky working relationship. And we're about to get some people heated up because Samoa Joe just said it best. He indicated that the arguing between the AEW fans and the WWE fans is actually ridiculous. He stated the following: "I'm not on the internet every day catching on all the buzzwords and getting with the revolution and stuff. I think the arguing between the AEW and the WWE fans is ridiculous. Watch pro wrestling. You don't need to dunk on this. It's you taking your ego and taking something you have nothing involved with and trying to start a conflict. I mean, watch what you watch, enjoy what you want to enjoy, but hey, I'm always going to be a pro value for wrestlers no matter what. Wrestlers should be getting the top dollar and getting paid the most you should possibly be paid and be valued at the highest level." That is all the latest news for the time being. We got a lot of WrestleMania backlash to talk about on the next episode, so make sure to stay tuned, stay savage, and I'll catch you on the next one.